A strong warning ahead of this next story. Many of you will find the images in it disturbing. Newshub's obtained a confidential report which shows the government's proposing to ban many events in the sport of rodeo.
The report is a draft welfare code written by the Ministry for Primary Industries Animal Welfare Committee. And again, we warn the story contains video which some viewers may find disturbing. Investigations correspondent Michael Morra has the exclusive.
The hats, hygienes, the spurs, the thrills and spills. Rodeo, where men and women take on animals for entertainment. This is recent video filmed on Saturday at Wairoa. In one event, a contestant is pinned beneath a horse. But what cowboys do in future events could be in for a major shake-up. Newshub understands there's a plan to ban multiple events.
It is fairly significant. There's some really big changes in there that would certainly improve the welfare of the animals in the rodeos.
This is what's known as steer wrestling. The objective, bring the animal to the ground as quick as possible. Then there's rope and tie. Lasso a calf and bring it down, strap its legs. Newshub's obtained this report by MPI's National Animal Welfare Committee. It proposes banning steer wrestling as well as rope and tie events. Breakaway roping would also no longer be permitted. Using spurs and what's known as flank strapping would also be banned. A ban on flank straps, a rope tightened around the underbelly, would be significant.
Most horses and actually bulls find that to be quite uncomfortable, and it encourages them to buck.
People go to rodeo to see live action of animals bucking and being chased.
SAFE's Deborah Ashton says if accepted, the proposal could have a dramatic effect.
We could definitely see the end to rodeo.
The draft code recommends an alternative to other events like saddle and bareback riding. Use mechanical horses instead of real ones. President of the New Zealand Cowboys Association, Lyle Cox, confirmed he had a copy of the report. However, he couldn't comment as he was told he was not allowed to. He says the proposal is in its very early stages and it still had to be released for public consultation. It's also important to note that while these events may appear brutal, the old rodeo code allowed it. That's despite the Animal Welfare Act stating that animals must be handled in a manner that minimises the likelihood of unreasonable or unnecessary pain or distress.
I think we are at that tipping point, yeah. I think we're at that point where we have that evidence and we know that there's pain or distress involved.
An animal showing the whites of its eyes, for example, is one indicator of distress. The question then becomes, is it reasonable?
That's the really tricky point, is that we need to come to that point in the New Zealand citizens' consciousness, I guess, of thinking about whether it is reasonable or necessary to us as New Zealanders.
The new code suggests the answer to that question is a firm no. Michael Morra, Newshub.